I've got to have this rolling, and I know that this may sound really surreal, okay? I pulled my truck up in, backed up, I get out of the truck, drop the tailgate, grab the tote. I'm arranging my stuff for my first trip into base camp. I'm going to have to make 2 trips. Again, I have this whistle that I do all the time when I pull into this parking lot, and I've left treats here at this parking lot as well. Alright? There's the whistle. Okay? That's me up here all summer long throughout the woods. Anything that's up here, they know that's me. Alright? Call me crazy. Say what you want. But I'm telling you. Okay? Right up there where the rock pile is. In one of my videos where all the trees have been brought up on top of this rock pile. It's something with hands. Check the video out. From that area right up there, okay, I heard a pronounced, profound knock on wood. Okay? Alright everybody, Sasquatch Wizard. November 12th, 2020. Sasquatch Expedition, Adirondacks. Alright, here we go. Like I said just a little bit ago.
Created in 1892 and having just over 6 million acres, the Adirondacks are known worldwide as some of the most prestige woodlands in all of North America. Thriving with species, both plants and animals enjoy abundance of life. Clean and pure with areas still untouched by man. I mean, civilized man, that is. The Adirondacks are the world's largest intact temperate deciduous forest, with nearly 3,000 lakes and ponds, 30,000 miles of streams and rivers. Our native lands are larger than many states here in the northern East Coast. Just to give you an idea how vast our native home is, you could fit the Yellowstone, Glacier, Grand Canyon, Yosemite Park's footprints inside the borders of our native home, known as the Adirondack Park. So I ask all of you, why is it so hard to fathom the thought that a man-like species, family-oriented and secretive and stealthy and superiorly intelligent, be it a king of the forest, would not have enough area to exist? And not only just to exist, but to live comfortably in peace and solitude amongst their own people known to us as Sasquatch.
Alright, so day 3 of the 2020 expedition into Research Area Site 2. Alright, so I want to show you guys something. And I got to make this brief because I don't have a lot of battery and I'm trying to save what battery I have for good content. So we're just going to get right to the point. I've got a tree here, 6-inch maple tree that's bent. I've been here trying to figure out why it would have bent the way that it did. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is the tree. Alright, this tree is bent all the way over, and then it is caught up against this maple tree right there. Alright, now see that right there. Now we also have another maple tree of which it is really pressing on. We have a pine tree which was up there. Eventually, at one point, this maple tree was up in here, supported by plenty of trees around, of which none of the rest are bent. Then right here in front of me, this tree, all the way on up, okay? We have multiple trees. You have another maple right here going up through. So you have a beech right up there. That's not bent. As you can see, we have multiple 6-inch trees in the area. We have another maple, almost identical to the one that's bent right over. Alright, another pine, bent. There's other maples right here, all of them, none of them bent over. Okay. What's my point? Well, how'd that maple tree get bent over like that? Okay, so let's just stick with Sasquatch research. Alright, so my thinking is that if this is a Sasquatch that was attempting to do a tree break, it possibly had climbed up the tree to get it to bend over to snap it. Maybe not so much, let's see, 12 or 10 foot tall Sasquatch grabbing a hold of it with sheer force and snapping it off. Maybe they climb up onto it and bend it over until it snaps, which would make sense, because if you had a 30-40 foot tall tree 6 inches around and you climbed all the way to the top of it and grabbed the top and got it to bend, that breaking point would be 8-10 feet up off the ground. It would barbachair, which is when a tree splits. It would then stay intact up at the top. So another thing is, I'm going to show you here. You see that? This birch right here? Now that's a big old tree. That's 8-9 inches across. And birch do have a tendency to want to snap off. But there's another tree break that I'm gonna go up and get a picture of here in a little bit. And this tree break is pointing straight down at the campsite to where I am staying. And because this maple tree here, let's step back over here and look at this. Alright, okay, boy, it's just really hard with this camera. Alright, so this is the tree going right up over top of me. So I can tell that there was a lot of force this way. Okay, and you can see how the tree is bent. It wanted to go back that way. Well, if that tree got bent over, and with the force of this maple, it had to slide down the side of, and that's pushing this maple over, that would make the one that's bent want to go this way. Absolutely. So even if it was snow or an ice storm, and this maple that's bent started to bend over, what was making it go this way? Alright, I've spent 15-20 minutes sitting here trying to figure, how could that have gotten bent over there? It's not just bent over, it's bent with force. And it's, I'm going to show you something else. It's bent with force, making it come over this way so much. Now, I want to show you something else. Alright, so I came up here to the tree. I moved this branch that's bent. Where it's bent way over here. And I moved that branch up to see how long has it been here. Because if I come back here next year, there'll be a dent in that tree. There'll be a dent in here because this tree is, our bent tree is alive. Which tells me that this is less than a year. Also, see that little crotch in the tree? Okay, let's just go with, yeah, Sasquatch were trying to do a tree break, and they climbed up this tree and bent it over to snap it, but it got hung up in the crotch of the tree here and hung up on here, and it wouldn't break. Well, they either lost interest and said the heck with it, or that would be about it, because as strong as they are, they just come over here and snap this little pecker pole. Ooh, I am so sorry I just said that. Up here in the Adirondacks, I hope I don't ever slip up. That is what, you know, I grew up calling these small little saplings. This is my Grandpa Big Nose. Oh my goodness. In any event, yeah, they'd snap this right off and get in here and get all tough, and maybe they get a couple of them in here and snap that tree. They could have done it. Is it natural? There's this, I was looking at the other branches, and this one branch that grows up was the only one that was bent up, meaning that this tree maybe had been here for a long period of time. You see that? So that is the only branch that tells me that maybe this has been here for a while. None of the other branches are growing vertically, or, you know, even really kind of even started to. So maybe that one branch was already bent like that when it was growing. Maybe the weight of ice and snow had it pulled down. But alright, here's another good look at this big old birch tree, which is pointing right at the camp. There's the camp. Okay. And here is a broken tree. How far up? I've got my tape measure, but being that I'm a drywaller, I have a pretty good judge. That's 16 feet in the air. You know, I've heard another researcher speak of these enormous trees being snapped, and he's thinking that possibly that one stands on top of the other, so they can get that far up in the air, and then just sheer force grabbing a hold of that tree and snap that thing. That's a big white birch, and you know, sometimes I really do, sometimes I really feel not hideous, but kind of like, you know, come on, man. But you know what? I'm doing Sasquatch research, so that's what I'm trying to make sense of. And this is just a short little study site here. I've been combing the area carefully on all of the areas back into here where if a Sasquatch wanted to sneak in and peek on and see what I'm doing and check me out because he thinks I'm interesting, he or she, I haven't found any great sign, no tracks. I've been here for half an hour, 45 minutes checking all of this out. I did find a nice Red Squirrel hotel down here. What a stack of pine cones these guys got, and getting ready for winter they are, yeah. So, alright, let's keep this thing going. There's a big swamp, marshy area on, you know, over a little ways away from me. I'm really looking for a track before the end of this year is out, which is almost done with. You know, snow's going to come in. I just want a track. I want to see a Bigfoot. Talk to you here in a bit.